Welcome to the Sherpas Podcast Picks. It's the podcast about, podcasts. And now, coming to you from Mount Podcastia, here's your host who wonders what's on your podcast playlist, Jim, the Podcast Sherpa.
Hello there, Rebels of the Sherpolution, and welcome to Podcast Picks with Jim the Podcast Sherpa. That's me, coming to you from Sherpaloo Studios here in the Sherpa Chalet, high atop Mount Podcastia, where I overlook the millions and millions of podcasts that are out there. Welcome to another episode. This is what we call our Listen to This episodes. This is where we find some podcasts and we actually play them in their entirety for you to check out. And maybe, just maybe, it might be something that you would like to add to your podcast playlist. And I have a bit of a personal connection to the podcast that we will be listening to because it features the Sherpaloo Studio players, and they're the ones who help me out so much in my podcast. And they've got their own podcast called Fake People, Real Trivia. The first season came out in 2025, and the second season will be coming out shortly. And I was able to negotiate a little bit with the Sherpaloo Studio players and their boss and say, hey, maybe my listeners might want a preview of your new season. And they said, well, you know what? We just happen to have an episode ready. And it's a pretty cool episode. It is about Simpsons trivia. I know some of you love The Simpsons because it's been around for close to, I think, 40 years or something like that. And they do a little bit of a deep dive. It's not too long an episode, but it's something that you might want to check out to maybe whet your appetite for a little bit of Simpsons trivia. So let's have a listen to Fake People, Real Trivia, and we'll learn a little bit about Simpsons trivia. And because of my podcast provider, it is only fair to warn you that this is an entirely AI-generated podcast that you are about to listen to. Not the one you're hearing now, but the one you're going to listen to. I know some of you couldn't figure that out, and you needed my provider to tell you that, but I hope you enjoy it anyway.
Fake People, Real Trivia is presented by the Sherpas Podcast Picks. It is a trivia podcast generated by artificial intelligence, and our source references are listed in our show notes. You can submit questions to us through our social media pages or email us at jimthepodcastsherpa@gmail.com. We'll try our best for correct answers, but if we get them wrong, remember that we're only human. Never mind. We're not.
Fake people, real trivia. That's what this podcast will give you. Those AI bots, they know lots. They'll fill your brain when they explain. Fake people, real trivia. From Hong Kong to Bolivia. The players may be from Sherpaloo, but they know exactly what to do. If you've got a question, they will give an answer. They just scour the internet, and you just might win that bar bet. Fake people, real trivia, Ronkonkoma to Namibia. If you yell Viva la Sherpolution, they're here with your trivia solution. Cause it's time for Fake People, Real Trivia. Trivia, Ronkonkoma to Namibia. If you yell Viva la Sherpolution, they're here with your trivia solution. Cause it's time for Fake People, Real Trivia.
The animated TV series, The Simpsons, debuted in December 1989. It was a spin-off of The Tracy Ullman Show in 1987, where it appeared as an animated short. It wrapped its 37th season as of May 2026, reaching its 800th episode. You may know some trivia about Springfield's favorite family, such as the family members being named after the actual family members of creator Matt Groening's family. However, Bart is an anagram of brat, which rhymes with Matt. Also, the supporting characters, such as Ned Flanders, Chief Quimby, and Reverend Lovejoy, are named after streets in Portland, Oregon, where Groening was raised. But for this episode, we're doing a little deep dive into some Simpsons trivia you might not be aware of. For instance, Mo the bartender's phone number is one digit more than regular phone numbers, being 764-84377, which on a touch-tone phone spells out the name Smithers. On Conan O'Brien's first day as part of the writing staff, a bird flew through the window and killed itself. From 1991 to 1993, he was a writer and producer for the show, and has been credited as writer and co-writer for 4 episodes. Audio of Paul McCartney reading a recipe for lentil soup can be heard playing backwards during the closing credits of Lisa the Vegetarian. His only demand for guesting on the show was that Lisa remained a vegetarian. Comic Book Guy's real name is Jeff Albertson. The inspiration for Krusty the Clown came from Portland TV clown Rusty Nails. During the years that The Simpsons has been airing, over 240 other shows have debuted and ceased to air on the network. Inside the Springfield police station is a map of the city, which is shaped like medieval Constantinople. Nancy Cartwright first auditioned for the role of Lisa, not Bart. Also, Yardley Smith originally auditioned for Bart, but voiced Lisa. The show set a Guinness World Record for the most guest stars, which has passed 1,075. Some have even declined, such as Tom Cruise, Prince, Bob Dylan, and Clint Eastwood. Harry Shearer said he modeled the voice of Wicked Tycoon Mr. Burns in part on that of Ronald Reagan. Likewise, Dan Castellaneta has said that Homer's original voice was modeled after actor Walter Matthau. Homer's catchphrase "Doe" was actually a tribute to early Laurel and Hardy movies. Matt Groening's initials appear in any animation of Homer Simpson. When looking at Homer from the side, the zigzag of his hair forms an M, and his ear forms the G. Maggie's stuffed bunny is actually the main character from Matt Groening's comic strip, Life in Hell. Incidentally, the characters were nearly aired as rabbits, rather than yellow people. The show could have been something much different if the designs hadn't been changed at the last minute. Showrunner Al Jean has stated that if the series ever ends, he would like the final episode to end with the arrival of the Christmas pageant from the first scene of the pilot episode. Simpsons roasting on an open fire, making the whole series a continuous loop. There are so much more fun facts about the longest-running animated show that you can find online. We've provided the links to the websites that we used. Don't forget that you can submit your trivia questions as episode suggestions. And don't worry, you'll get the credit. We're not like Mr. Burns. But we do like to say, excellent. That's it for this week. Please subscribe and follow Fake People, Real Trivia on podcast apps and the Sherpalution YouTube channel.
Hey, thanks for listening to our crazy show. Fake People, Real Trivia. Stick around, who knows where we'll go. Tell all of your friends and your cousin Olivia. Hit us up on socials at Sherpalution. Slide into our DMs with no confusion. Join the party, join the fun. We won't leave you the check when we're done. You made it this far, give yourself a cheer. We're laying down the facts, there's no need to fear. Your support is everything, makes it clear. Please spread the word, but we can't buy you a beer. Tell your friends, tell your fam, it's all facts, it ain't no scam. Nonsense knowledge, that's our jam. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Hit us up on socials at Sherpalution. Leave a review on your favorite podcast institution. Join the party, join the fun. Okay, you can go home now, it looks like we are done.